Hello everybody and welcome back to another Brickmania review. Today we're taking a look at Brickmania's amazing StuG III Ausf B. Designed by Umar or Tiger131 on Instagram, this kit was released on July the 16th, 2021 at the price of $260. As always with Tiger's designs, it is a really good looking build. I mean, just look at these angles. I won't spoil any building techniques, but I can tell you there's some really smart connections inside that make them look so accurate. The StuG III is a tank with really weird shaping, especially in the front, which you would think is basically impossible to recreate in Lego. As you can see, this is clearly not the case, as Tiger managed to get these looks spot on. The soft angling around the gun mantlet is built very simply yet realistic. The gun itself looks good, can elevate a bit up and down, and fits nicely into the small gap of the frontal armor. If you want your StuG to be able to elevate its gun more, you can use a tip by Tiger himself, which he posted on his Instagram story a couple months back. Simply remove the upper 1x3 plate on the gun mantlet. Now the gun can elevate upwards quite a lot more, but of course now there's a noticeable gap. Back on the front there are 3 of the in total 19 printed pieces, the driver's side on the frontal armor and 2 transmission hatches below it. Moving even further to the front, there's the heavily angled armor, which again is looking very realistic, even including what I believe to be 2 headlights and tow hooks. The mud guards are nicely angled in the front and surprisingly sturdy considering they are only 1 tile thick, which is really rare at Brickmania, especially in German tanks. This is really nice as it both looks better and more realistic, where you're still able to hold it up without them breaking off. On the left side, the StuG has a bunch of details. Moving from the front to the back, the side armor is angled just like in real life and has a nice Balkenkreuz print on it. Behind this we get to the boxy half of the side armor, on which you can put the tank number sticker on. I would have loved this to be a cross-piece print, but it's nice to have the option to put a sticker on. Otherwise, there are a lot of details and tools on the mudguard, like a shovel, foldable antenna, which is always nice, some wood, and finally a nice little crate with a printed top on which there are the words in German translating up as an upper side of the box and do not throw. All this clutter gives it a really realistic touch, as soldiers and crew members will often load stuff on the tanks for them to move around on the front lines. Moving to the roof, I once again have to admire the angling. The roof angling is a big part of what makes a StuG look so iconic, and this angling is perfect here. Especially squeezing these bricks in to create that downward angle with the hatches must have been one hell of a challenge. At least that's what I imagine it to have been. This downward angle together with the hatches also creates the very small angling between the engine compartment and crew compartment here. I don't know if this was done entirely on purpose, but either way, fitting such a detail in is really insane. Usually when there's a lot of angles, it comes at a cost of durability. This is not at all the case here. This StuG really is a tank. This is the easiest Brickmania tank to handle and swoosh around. I've never had anything break off on accident except for maybe the antenna. The roof also features a little side and 2 opening hatches. The one on the left comfortably fits the Panzerkommandant minifigure. The one on the right does too, however there are no studs on the bottom, so the minifigure falls off really easily. On the right, the StuG doesn't have as much details, however there's 2 really nice prints on the side armor, another Balkenkreuz and the tank's number 221 in a beautiful black color. The engine deck looks fantastic and is a major improvement over the engine deck from the Panzer III Ausf from 2019. Sadly, there are no opening hatches, but Tiger once again managed to get that angle on the back look really good. I wish there was a printed Balkenkreuz on the back like the Panzer III had. Other than that, the exhausts look nice and we get to the tracks. The road wheels and track details are really good and the tracks traverse flawlessly. The only thing that annoys me a bit is that the rear wheels do not turn while pushing the tank. You can turn them by hand obviously, but they don't get turned by the track's force. All 12 wheels have the standard German tank wheel print on them, which is really nice. The included German Panzerkommandant minifigure is very simple yet looks really good, especially with that custom 3D printed headgear. All in all, in my opinion, this kit is very good. The design of the StuG is extremely good, it looks extremely realistic and beautiful with all those angles, while being very sturdy and having really great tracks. Tiger did an amazing job designing this, with the only real negatives I can find being the second hatch not having studs and the rear wheels not turning while pushing the tank. The rest of the StuG, while of course nothing is perfect and you can always find something to improve, is excellent. To me, the angles on the roof are one of the most satisfying things I've ever seen in Brickmania set. heads. To me, it's worth the price of €235, while 260 would be a bit on the edge. I think I would still buy it again. Make sure to check out Tiger's Instagram, which is linked in the description, and have a nice day.